You haven't seen the first one. You've seen the second one. Do you believe that that was a good choice or an okay choice or that you missed something?
I don't feel like I missed anything. So I can't really speak to the fact of do I feel like good decision, bad decision. It was a decision I made. But I don't feel like I missed anything from this movie by not seeing the first one.
They did the story very well. I thought that I've seen the first one a few times. I don't like Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
I've said that before on the podcast,
Sure
but I
have.
don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't know why exactly.
Yeah.
I can't like say, oh, there was this, but I don't like her, so I probably would watch it more often.
Right.
Because I did really enjoy the story. I thought, especially back then,
Yeah.
it was a very good story. Bill Paxton, I liked him as he's just one of those actors that's just really likable.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's passed away, but he did, he did such a good quirky job in the first one.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering like how this was going to be, I mean, Glenn was,
The hunk.
right. He was
Space
supposed
or
to
not
be
space
like
cowboy.
the same type of replacement, basically, and they did a good job where he wasn't.
Okay.
I mean, where it wasn't like a 1-to-1 try.
Yeah.
So I really
Did
liked
they
that.
wrangle tornadoes in the first one? What was the theme?
No,
Okay. I think
not that I remember.
part of the reason
They-
I don't think I've ever seen a Twister movie is because tornadoes are cool, but I have no interest to see a movie about tornadoes. That's mentally what I was thinking.
I was really worried about. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
In this, I was really worried that they would really glorify the tornado and
Yeah.
that, oh, let's go chase it and it's
Yeah.
no big deal and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. I really think they did a great
Oh, they
job
did.
of balancing the two. Like, have that respect of the power,
Yeah.
but yet we want to have fun learning about it,
Yeah.
right?
It was a good blend. And they did the good thing with again, surprise, I'm not a scientist or meteorologist. Granted, I think I could predict about the same accuracy of what current meteorologists do, but that's besides the point. But they did a good job of tying that into these twister formations and stuff like that, and her skill of being able to sense the pressure and stuff. That made sense because
Yeah.
dogs and animals can sense stuff like that too. That's just something that exists,
Right.
and so for her to be able to do it if she's been around it her whole life, just have that keen awareness was cool in how they did this film. I told my friend
Your timing was bad.
that I watched. Well, that's why I was like, I better
You
keep talking.
going.
That she would probably be a really good golfer
Oh,
because there was that scene where she went and picked up the dandelion. I was like,
right.
I've only seen golfers do this.
For the putt.
That's right.
Yep, I know it. That was kind of funny, and then
Yeah.
then he went and made fun of her, and then they fall in
Dandelion.
love
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we all saw that coming a mile and a half away, but that's
See that on the radar.
that was on the radar. I
Yeah.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
Actors and stuff. There's a lot of actors. I mean, Glen Powell, obviously he's known.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of actors in here. I'm like, I didn't know who they were.
And it was great.
It was great. They
I
did
really
a good
enjoyed
job.
that. Yeah.
The other guy though, Anthony Ramos.
Yeah.
I've seen him in some stuff.
Yeah.
But not too much.
And some stuff. He was in A Star Is Born.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. He was in it. You said he's been in a lot of films, and I was just listing one film that he was in.
Maybe that's where I recognize him. But I don't know. But a lot of cool side characters and stuff. Dexter and Riggs and
The characters worked well together.
yeah, Riggs being that they wanted to make him look like a philanthropist basically, but he's kind of in here a cutthroat businessman and
Yeah.
stuff. And I thought that was kind of neat how they did that. And
I don't think they did it enough
true,
to explain that dynamic.
yeah, I caught it pretty quick.
Well,
but
I mean,
agree.
I understood that. I
yeah.
understood what he was going to be like, the villain-esque type character, but
Yeah.
then at the end of the film, there was no closure in that storyline.
I think to me the closure, Xavier, the character Xavier,
Yeah, he had his
Anthony,
redemption of,
was
like,
like,
let's care
hey,
for the people.
I cut my ties with them.
Yeah.
We're gonna really go after the.
You could have seen at least get that guy sucked in by a tornado.
Yeah, that's true.
They just left him. I mean, I assume that's what happened because that was a huge tornado.
Right.
But at the same point, it's like, all right, I'm just going to leave you out here. All right. Like that whole team was just like that was my nitpick. Is that like that whole team at the end of the film was just non-existent, even though they were technically in that area.
Right.
Didn't enjoy that as much.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. So with the different side characters, the was it Lily was the pilot, the drone pilot.
Yeah.
That was
That
cool.
was fun, and it was cool to see the drone go up and like the way they incorporate that with the twister and everything else.
Right. And then the way they let off fireworks and
Yeah,
the twister. That was some neat stuff in there. But,
Yeah.
And so the actors did really a good job, I thought.
Yeah.
I really liked Dexter's character, or the character Dexter, I should say.
Yeah.
So that was his name, right? Yeah,
The-
Dexter.
Yeah.
Yep. The big bearded guy that had kind of that neat.
He was a weird. He
Yeah.
was like the scientist.
Yeah.
Yes. He was a scientist on the scientist team.
Yeah. So that was fun.
I like the dynamic between that group and the scientists. Of like we're both going towards the same thing, and then Kate's character and this whole aspect too of where does she fit in? Like where does she truly lie? Dealing with her past and trying to figure out like I do think I can do this. But there's this trauma still there.
Yeah. And they did a good job of like, she ran from her past.
Yeah.
And now she's got to go face it.
Yeah.
I thought they, balanced that really well.
Yeah. I agree.
So actor chemistry, the score for me, not having, big names in it, I was really surprised at how well I liked it.
Ooh.
I think that Xavier's partner, was it Scott?
Oh,
Scott.
He
He did a great job as the jerk partner, and things like that. So, actually, I gave this a 4.3 for the actors in this. I thought that with all of them, and the side actors, they just did a really good job of just blending it all together.
Yeah, and I'm actually tied with you on it. I thought it was great. Bigger cast than I expected going to this film, especially since the beginning of the film decided to kill off a third of them. Like, of the initial...
I know.
Spoiler! Sorry, spoiler! Not that I say spoilers ahead of time. When you watch the film, you know they're dead. Did you not get that feeling?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so spoiler, but not spoiler. It's my twister instinct that they're dead. But a third of them die off right away, which was interesting.
That makes a powerful...
It sure does.
Doesn't...
The way they did it still... Twister films, you got to take into a grain of salt that it's not real science.
Right.
And so there's just some things of like...
Oh, wait, they're not really trying to do that? They probably are,
Yeah, well, I was going to say they probably are. But, the boyfriend holding the girlfriend down, he flies off, and the girlfriend not flying off afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah. I mean, she's like literally 3 inches below where the twister's going through.
But it made a lot more sense when the screen just went white, and I was like, oh, we're all in a better place now.
Yeah.
But so then they had to bring a new cast, not a whole new cast, but like then introduce these characters to new people, build those dynamics, and try to figure out the tensions that could exist and work through those tensions. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah. Especially they did make it very obvious it was 5 years later.
Yeah.
In things too. I like that when they make that obvious and you don't have to guess.
Yeah.
So
my friend was when we did the jump, he said 10 years and I said 4 and I won.
What'd you win?
Nothing, but I just felt good about myself.
All right. Well, there you go.
Except the only difference was I was like, he said 10, I said 4, and then they did kind of like the reveal of her, and I was like, oh shoot, she looks a lot older than maybe just 4 years.
That is true. I agree.
I was like, shoot, I was probably wrong, and then they said 5 years, and I was like, nailed it.
Some neat things that they did for cinematography, I thought, they had Helen Hunt's original. Kate was wearing Helen Hunt's at the rodeo, her original 1996 outfit.
See, I didn't catch that.
And so, things like that was pretty cool. I think that they did, the first Twister, I mean, CGI wasn't good.
When was the first Twister?
96.
96.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And so it was so funny. Like,
right.
They did a good job.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but it was like, they're trying to do, and that's what I remember. Right. But this one, I thought they did a really good job. That everything looked very legitimate.
I jumped a few times. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I can see that.
tornadoes have this effect that things spin around it. And then in the movie, what they do is they have things spin around and then fly out and just come at the screen. And I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
It's like I can see that coming, but not.
Right. How quick it got there.
Yeah.
Right.
It was cool.
And that's part of cinematography. They make it look good on the screen like that.
Especially when they're like driving that car. And so your perspective is kind of like the windshield.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I imagined the theater screen being. And so when it comes and hits the windshield, cracks, and like, oh, no. Go imagine watching this in 3D.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It was shot in 3D, too.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
It would have been a great film to watch. Okay, no, I probably wouldn't. I watched this movie in IMAX. That was good enough for me.
Oh, no, sorry. They were trying to do it in 3D in 2012, and then it was canceled.
They don't really... I can't remember the last 3D film I've seen or I saw.
I've not been real impressed with them, so I stay away from them.
It might have been Harry Potter Part 2.
Okay.
Because I got those cool, nerdy Harry Potter glasses. Because instead of like the typical 3D, they did the Harry Potter. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you pop the eyes out and you got your Harry Potter glasses.
There you go. Yep. Or you could just walk around with the eyes in them and run into stuff.
Oh, well, then I have to have a stick. Yeah.
You don't like to run into stuff, bust up your shins?
I just pretend I'm a blind man.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what blind men do. And I'm assuming they have great shins because of that.
Right. Yeah. Or shin guards.
No, that's too much work. I played soccer.
It is a lot of work. I played soccer
a few winters, and like the thing with shin guards is they're tight.
Yeah.
And so then you have to you know what I don't understand? I don't understand yoga pants. If we want to go into a tangent right now, we could be reviewing Nacho Libre right now.
I'm wearing yoga pants right now.
That's why we don't show the lower half of the body in these.
Also, I'm not, but
even like tight pants, like skinny jeans.
It's different for guys, man.
Men wear skinny jeans.
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying.
I feel like you shouldn't have to do a full dance to get in your pants. I will go on record and say that.
Anyway,
I want to put one leg in and then the other leg in.
Stop wearing your wife's yoga pants and you'll be okay.
Cinematography.
So with the way that they did it, I was way more impressed. Yeah. I went into this very skeptical, I'll be honest. Really? I really did, because they haven't been putting out anything very good.
Especially when it's off of franchises that it's all nostalgia.
And it's been nearly 30 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's, wow.
Yeah.
So I went into it thinking, this is going to be, the budget. I didn't look up the budget. It was $155 million, but I didn't look it up before going in. And I'm thinking, with the way everything's been going, they're going to have a budget of maybe 80 to 100 at the most.
Yeah.
And they're going to just spend it on
Ford's
stupid
gonna
things.
Pop in with
right,
CGI.
Exactly. When he's 20 years
That's
old.
Right.
And so, I'm thinking that. So my expectations were extremely low.
Yeah.
And the way that it looked with the cinematography, I was very, very, very happy.
Me too.
And I really hope that they can make some money on this film, because they need to do films like this.
Next one could be a hurricane film.
Exactly.
Earthquakes.
But just in general, the story, there's
good.
no weird.
No. It's pretty cohesive.
Yeah, it's no weird agenda type, social agendas or cultural agendas or anything like that. And I'm not saying
that was pretty cool. Okay.
It was
not social agendas, but the rodeo people. It was really interesting, the twist they had with their team of we're selling T-shirts, we're making money off of chasing tornadoes and stuff like that. And then this time I'll catch ahead. Spoiler. Not as bad as the first spoiler. They're actually giving all this money to these cities that get decimated by the tornadoes.
Right.
And that was cool to see.
Yeah. And that's but they didn't push it.
No.
They presented it. Let's say it like that. They didn't.
It was always a background.
They presented it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think that's okay. In whatever you do, just present it. Don't push it.
And they didn't have to do a bunch of expletive of like, this is the reason why we're doing it. This is like everything. Nope, they just showed it in the background.
Yep.
And that's what it was. Audience smart enough to get it.
Yep.
And we appreciate it.
Here's a meal and a water,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't have any cash
take
on
the
me,
water.
and
Yeah.
So that was really good. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, cinematography, very, very happy with it. Happy with the actors. Cinematography got a little bit better than actor chemistry. It's a 4.4.
I give it a 4.5.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well,
I thought you'd have it pretty high, actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking walking out of there, I was like, Tyler's going to score this 4.7, 4.8.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And especially after you said you saw it in IMAX.
Yeah. It was great on the IMAX.
Yeah.
IMAX is a great way. I do agree that IMAX, if you can, and if that's how the film was shot, is the best way to experience films.
Yeah.
The chairs just are not as comfortable as I like.
And it's the theater I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like the staff.
Oh, yeah. You don't like Marcus.
I just don't.
No.
I can't remember having a great experience there.
Yeah.
With the people.
Yeah.
And that's huge for me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. But it was great on the IMAX. Like I said, it was big screen, and it's a tornado. This is an action film. Great to watch on the big screen.
Yeah, agreed. So we come into entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
And
By 8 or 2?
This is one of those that you can go into, and we're not going to be entertained by it. It might be this might be good and that might be good or whatever, but it's just not going to be entertaining. And it was very entertaining.
It sure was.
I saw this and I was extremely tired.
Yeah. Can we talk about the music? Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
The music was great in this film.
For sure.
It made a huge difference. Because they did there were times in which sometimes I thought like the background music or like the background was too loud because you couldn't really hear the people. But then I like stepped back and I was like, this makes a lot of sense because of the setting that they're in, that it's going to be harder to hear them because of the wind blowing, the tornado, and everything else happening in the background. And then there was that scene that was like a Western. Do you remember that theme?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. They like setting you up because they're rodeos, wrangling the tornado, and they're playing like a nice spaghetti Western theme in the background. And I was like, this is perfect.
My timing is bad again.
Yeah, sure is.
It was good.
I completely forgot about it until overall entertainment. I think about music, and I was like, I knew I wanted to talk about the music because it was unique and it fit into the film well.
Yeah, and it wasn't like one specific music set. Like it didn't sound generic through the whole thing. They really changed it up quite a lot.
Yeah,
so that adds to the entertainment.
Oh, absolutely.
Plain and simple. You lead this. I sort of gave you my
so I've
synopsis.
Never saw Twister. These are probably movie genres that I should be getting more into. I'm realizing when I went into this film, there's a difference between thriller, horror, and whatever this film type genre is, because it's action, but it's not your like typical action. It's suspense. I don't know, but these type of films I really enjoy because the story is heavy. The action is good, and again, CGI was great. And I jumped a few times, but it was good jumps, and my heart could take it.
So they call this action adventure thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I can handle these films. And I had such a negative mindset in thrillers just because I don't like being scared. And
some thrillers are like
straight up,
like pretty much horror.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason I didn't watch the first one is because of these jump scare stuff. And I was like, it's just a gimmick. That gets me every time. But I really enjoyed this film. And really makes me want to get into this type of genre more. So I give it a 4.7.
Nice.
I was thoroughly enjoyed. They did great with CGI, story, and action. Yep. Which in this film, that's what this film is, and it did exactly what I was going out for.
Absolutely. So I did 4.3, 4.4, 4.5.
Nice. We got a progression.
I sort of did it just because I've never done that before.
Oh, really?
I mean, when I was going through in my mind, like, what am I going to rate that? Okay, yeah. That's going to be a 4.3.
It's like a tornado building.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what we have to say about it. What do you have to say about it? Let us know in the comments below or beside.
If you're watching this upside down, you could also go above. That'd be strange if you're watching it. And your phone's probably flipping if you're watching on your phone. You better just comment below. I don't know.
Hammer the share button. Hammer the like button. We should have done the handshake.
Oh, that is what we should have done.